Hi there and welcome to Dino's World. Today I have the new Pulsar 150 Classic Editions, the single seat and the single disc variant, as well as the split seat and the twin disc variant, and both of them get some updates just like the rest of the fleet of Pulsar has gotten. We have the digital console update and also the graphic update. Apart from that, the specs and everything remain more or less the same. So we're going to find out still what makes the Pulsar Classic 150 one of the best selling Pulsars of all time, what makes it definitely male, and what makes it stand out in terms of an all-round winner or all-round blockbuster champion street fighter or a motorcycle that made the entire nation fall in love with it. So without further ado, let's get started. When you look at the design, especially the front fascia of this, you have the wolf-eyed headlamp with LED, I mean not LED, but you have position lamps and the regular halogen headlamp. I really wish they could have given some subtle updates with this update of giving the most or the best selling Pulsar LED headlamp. I don't know why they have refrained away from that. Maybe to keep a check on the pricing and still make it one of the best value for money propositions, because people love it just the way it is. But either ways, they could have tried something extra in trying to offer a LED headlamp without messing around with the design silhouette, which has always been sought after by the average Indian biker. So first what I'll do is I'll just quickly run you through the differences between the twin disc model and the single disc model as to what differentiates them. The price difference is around 1,12,000 for the single disc and 1,16,000 I believe for the twin disc variant. But either ways, the price price increment from the previous model has been around 3,000 rupees. So what do you get for that? We'll talk about it in a moment, but for now, as I told you, single disc variant, twin disc variant. So this gets a single disc, this gets disc brake up front as well as a disc brake at the back, as you can see there. And apart from that, the overall design silhouette. Now this design silhouette, when you look at it, is the same as the Pulsar 180. So it has been, I remember getting this design silhouette in the Pulsar 200. That was back in 2007 when I had bought my first Pulsar 180. There were a lot of tales, unforgettable memories with my Pulsar 180, which served me for more than 6 years without any major issues. So Pulsar 200 was a really cult classic. There was also the 220N, I believe, which the Pulsar 220, the fastest Indian, was available in this street fighter silhouette without the quarter fairing for very, very limited amount of time. And that bike was amazing as well. But only few lucky souls got to own it. But the 200 Pulsar has always been my favorite design. And slowly but surely, the 180 got the same design. You have the tank extension, very minimalistic changes, but adds a lot of muscle and road presence to this bike. So the subtle changes that they have done, you have new graphics over here, the 150 being much more apparent and evident here. You have carbon fiber texture on the central panel, and also the tail section gets newly laid out. I mean, the split grab bar treatment to make it look the tail section looks far more sleeker and sharper, and at the same time the seats are so well laid out, even to this day, textured pattern seat to prevent the rider from sliding forward when you brake hard. At the same time, even for ladies, they can access the seat very, very easily. It is not too over the top. So everything is well thought out for the Pulsar. That is what made it a blockbuster success with the masses. Now, the first difference was single disc and twin disc. Even the disc size changes. This one is a 260mm disc, whereas this one is a 280mm front disc. So that is something you need to note. The rear disc 230mm. Here we don't get a rear disc, we get a rear drum brake. So if you can focus here, people might tend to confuse the speed sensor to be a disc. This is not a disc brake, my friend. This is a speed sensor for the ABS to operate judiciously. You get single channel ABS in both of these motorcycles. Now that you are focusing on the rear section, the tire, this is a 120 section rear tire, whereas this on the single disc variant is a 100 section rear tire. Now both are tubeless tires with alloy wheels, and let me see the branding of the tire. We can see that this is Eurogrip tires, and I think this one also is okay, this one is a C8 tire. So both of them do their job well for city commutes and city runs. The power plant remains the same for both the motorcycles. You get the tried and tested 150cc air cooled fuel injected engine, DTSI engine, digital twin spark ignition, which has been a revolution in Indian motorcycling scene. Comes with a 5-speed gearbox. Even the treatment given to the exhaust, I love the kind of satin black finish they have given to the heat shield. Very premium quality finish done for a bike in this price point. Nitrox gas charged shock absorbers were first introduced way back in 2006 with the pro biking showrooms, and this again revolutionized ride quality. You get plush ride quality with the Pulsar, so this is what made it stand out. Even the front suspension is different. Yeah, Nitrox shock absorbers are available for both and are the same, but the front suspension differs. This one is 31 mm telescopic forks, whereas this one borrows the 37 mm telescopic forks from the Pulsar 180 and maybe even the 220F. So this is another reason for you to feel very good plush ride quality even while riding over undulations or pothole ridden city streets. Again, you can see carbon fiber finish on the texture on the front fender. Then you have the Bajaj logo here shining brightly than ever before, and a little bit of carbon fiber texture with the graphic here on the front visor. And the major inclusion, however, if we can come here, we'll try and showcase it in a better way. There you go. This is the display, full digital display that we've seen on the N160 and the N150 as well. And this one is not very much visible. We'll try to give you a different angle, but it has the speedometer, odometer, tachometer, gear position indicator, distance to empty, instant fuel economy and more. Focus on the tank pads right over here. Both the bikes get tank pad. Both are E20 compliant, and I keep emphasizing the fact about E20 compliance and ethanol benefits. So ethanol is rich in oxygen level, so it optimizes combustion efficiency, tries to offer better mileage, better fuel economy, and because of the combustion efficiency being optimized, the throttle response is better, engine is more refined, and the overall ride feel is far more engaging. Second benefit is it cleans the fuel injectors by default, so that is one added advantage that the ethanol brings to the forefront. And apart from that, it also acts as an adhesive. We usually spend 10 bucks more to add adhesive to enhance the performance or boost the performance of the bike, to feel that extra bit of pickup right off the mark. Well, naturally it has the characteristic of acting like an adhesive, so it boosts the performance of the bike and gives you that instant overtaking power and instant pickup right off the mark. The handlebars remain the same. Both of them get clip-on handlebars, and they are very well set. Also, the comfort part is well sorted. You have very good 3D branding of Pulsar, which doesn't get old. It is a legend in and of itself. And when you sit on the motorcycle, this is how it feels. Seat is nice and comfortable. It is slightly on the taller side, maybe 800 mm of seat height. It is not particularly mentioned, and ground clearance is more than sufficient as well for you to ride without any worries over the potholes or the speed breakers. Neatly laid out engine cowl has been offered as well, and overall in this black with red accents, it still looks one of the finest looking motorcycles in this price point, with superb road presence. And that's what has been the reason for the runaway success of Pulsar, or blockbuster success of Pulsar, because it was a design way ahead of its time. Now imagine 2006 and 7, and we are in 2024, so it's almost 20 years old and still looks fresh and still looks up to date. So that is hats off to the Bajaj R&D team for coming up with a future-proof design that would find a place in the hearts of the Indian motorists and would become a legend in and of itself. So the tank again is a 15-liter tank, mind you, so you have adequate amount of tank range, and this also offers very good mileage. A Pulsar 150, I have owned one during early 2000s, and it used to offer me nearly 55-56 kmpl if you ride it in the sensible way, right gear and right RPM, and changing the right gear at right speed without over revving it and without going violent acceleration. Be linear with your acceleration. That is the key to offering very good mileage. Never do violent acceleration or sudden acceleration. So that is one mileage tip I have given you, and you can watch my mileage tips video. I'll try and leave a link to that. But apart from that, this is the overview. I mean, the Pulsar 150 gets a very sensible update with the digital console, with all the right kind of goodies, and still stands out as one of the best value propositions. So what do you guys think? Which one would you prefer, a twin disc model with a split seat layout, or do you prefer the single disc model with a single seat layout? Feel free to comment below and let me know. Next, let's ride both of them, and let's see how they feel to ride. Let's hit the road.